In this video, we're going to show you how easy it is to make this ruffled ribbon wreath. Aren't we, Summerbelle?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Summer with Designer DIY. And to get started on this video, I'm going to show you the things you need to make the adorable ruffled ribbon wreath. So what you need first is a plain metal wreath base. I'm using our 14-inch base. And then you're going to need a 2.5-inch wide ribbon. That is going to be the base of the ribbon of the wreath, so it doesn't really matter the color, just something that kind of coordinates. I'm going to use this cute ivory one. And then a lot of these wreaths use just one type of ribbon, but I'm going to do two. I have a 4-inch wide ribbon that I'm going to use between 3 to 4 yards, depending on how tight you're going to make your ruffle. And then I have a 2.5-inch that takes about 2 to 3 yards, again, depending how tight you make your ruffle. And then at the very end, I'm going to put a cute little decor. I'm going to use one of our cute gnomes, and his hat is all wired, so I can form him however cuteness I want. And I'm ready to get started. Let's go. So what we're going to do first is we're going to wrap our wreath with the ribbon that gives it the whole surface area to glue to. What you need is a 2.5-inch wide ribbon and a hot glue gun. Well, we use cool temp because I like my skin, and hot temp really burns it off. But cool temp, you got to work a little faster. So I'll show you later as we're going to work in small things.
I don't want to burn my skin.
You don't want to burn your skin.
No.
So first what we're going to do is we just take this through, and we're going to fold it over just a little bit. That way it's secured to our wreath to get started. So I'm going to put a little glue on the edge right here.
Do not burn yourself.
Do not burn yourself. And fold it like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to wrap the ribbon all the way around. Now the trick is you kind of want to pull it nice and tight as you're doing this. Now how much ribbon it takes depends how tightly, how much you overlap it. But if you just do kind of light, this is about 3.5 yards of ribbon to go around the 14-inch. And you just keep doing this all the way around, pulling it nice and tight. Okay, so we wrapped the whole wreath. What I'm gonna do is, you know that we love fray check here.
Of course.
So we're gonna put the top, and my little pin needle head popped off. Pull the pin out. And I'm just gonna put some fray check on the edge of the ribbon so it doesn't fray.
Remember not to poke yourself with a needle.
Yes, important
Remember
tips.
that?
She's full of good tips.
Do not glue yourself to the ribbon.
And then I'm gonna put some more glue on and pull it nice and tight like that. Okay, so this is our nice wreath base that we're going to glue everything to. Now what we're going to start with is the back ribbon of the wreath. That's where I'm using a 4-inch, but a 2.5-inch works also. So we're going to use about 3 yards to start, and I'm going to keep it on the bolt. So as I pull my wire, this will keep it from moving. If you don't attach your other end as you pull, you're just going to pull the wire straight out of your ribbon, and then it's not as useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the edge of my ribbon, and I'm going to use a little pair of pliers to help me hold it to get started because the wire is so slippery. I'm going to grab one side, and then what I'm going to do is gently, because ribbon wire does break, and you're just going to kind of move down, and you're going to gather it all the way, the entire piece all the way down. So just be gentle, don't break your wire, be patient. It's a little time consuming, but I promise in the end, it's totally gonna be worth it. It's gonna be adorable. my whole 3 yards ruffled. Gonna just kind of swoop it in, make sure everything looks pretty even. I love it. Now, before I cut it off the bolt, what I'm gonna do is I am going to kind of place it around. I'm gonna leave this in the nice big ball that it is so it doesn't come undone so easily. And I'm gonna kind of straighten it, make it a little more even of a ruffle, pull it around. Now see, if you make it really tight, you're gonna need more than the 3 yards. But if you want a looser ruffle, so you see a little more of the pattern, you can unball it and then pull it back down a little bit. Really nice when you have it on the bolt still because you can play with how much exactly you need. And everything is fixable, nothing's permanent until you glue that baby down. I love this ribbon, so I think my ruffle turned a little too full, so I am just gonna undo it a little bit like that. All right, let's start gluing. So I love how this is looking. So let's give it a little more, kind of ruffle it from that end. Now, what I want to do is for this end, I don't want this whole ball of ribbon when I'm doing it. So I'm going to cut that off and I spin it around. And then I'm just going to take this piece of ribbon and fold it over like that. So it has a nice clean edge. And then I'm going to put a little bit of ribbon of glue on the outer ring right here, just maybe a ½ inch in. And since it's the low temp glue, I'm going to work in segments that are about 4 to 5 inches long. And I'm going to run my hot glue on the wreath itself. Take my ribbon, push it down, hold it for a second, and I'm just going to work it around as I go like this. Ruffled the whole thing around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go past this little piece a little bit, hold it nice and tight so the ruffle doesn't come undone. I'm going to run my fray check that I love so much down it. Dab it so it doesn't fray. And then I'm going to fold it over so it kind of, I'm gonna double fold it to make sure that wire really never comes undone. Glue it together. Nice clean edge. And then I'm just gonna overlap it a little past what I just did. Doop, doop. Squeeze it. And then once you have this part done, you can kind of, oh, I missed the edge. Go back and just kind of fix your ruffle as you need it. The wired ribbon makes you really be able to fluff it. Okay, so now we're gonna do the exact same thing with the ribbon that we chose to be on top. I'm gonna do this 2.5 inch one, and it takes about 2.5 yards. Let's kind of measure what that's gonna be. I'm leaving it on the bolt, again, so it holds my wire in place. If you just have a piece, just make sure you fold it over or secure the other end somehow so you don't just pull the ribbon out. All right, I'm gonna start with my pliers to get it going. And then I just kind of wrap it around my hand gently. Now remember, be gentle with your ribbon, but get it just to go all the way for those 2 yards, as tight or as loose as you want to make it. Okay, so we have finished our second one, and now we have a couple options. We can glue it on just like this and give it 2 layers like that, or we can do 3 layers where I'm gonna put this one in the middle and we could use a 3rd ribbon here. Summer Belle, which one do you like better?
We should do 3 layers.
You like the 3rd layer? I do
Yes.
too. I love ruffles. I think that'll be cute. Okay, so let's do that. Let's glue on our 2nd layer, and surprise, we're adding a 3rd. So just like we did before, we're gonna cut off some of this extra wire that we have going. And I'm gonna do this like this. Summer Belle's off camera practicing her ribbon ruffling.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the needle, but I keep on getting poked.
Oh, remember you're supposed to use some needle nose pliers to help you.
Where?
Here you go.
Thank you. I keep on getting poked in the hand.
All right, I'm gonna use my fray check on the edges.
Keep on getting poked by a needle.
I know, those wires are definitely pokey. All right, we're gonna go about halfway, and then when I'm doing it, I'm gonna fluff it up because I really wanna see that cute layer. So maybe I'm not even gonna go all the way half. Not like that. I think it covers my stripe, so I'm gonna go about this. That's the great thing about all wreath making. Everything is customizable.
I ripped the ribbon. I ripped it.
Yep, the wire can break easy, huh?
It came out.
So as you're going, you get to decide, like the next time I do this same kind of wreath, it will definitely look different. The placement of my ruffles will be different. All depends on the pattern of your ribbon and your personality. Alright, so we're now at the end of our ruffle. We're going to close it off just like we did the first layer. Put our last bit of glue right there. And then I'm going to cut it off, holding it nice and tight so it doesn't come. Put my fray check on. Glue this over. And then try to make my edges match up so it's not as completely obvious where my seam is. Come on, little glue gun, you can do it.
Okay, Mommy. I really am gonna need some different ribbon.
That one's a little short.
No,
Okay,
this is
awesome.
not
Let's
curly.
do our second. Let's do our top layer. And that one we did 2 yards, and it took about the right time. So I say let's do another 2 yards and see how that goes. Do the same thing like we did. Here we go. For this top layer, I decided that I want to do a looser ruffle, kind of more of a wave, and we're going to glue it on just like on the inside lip to cover up that base ribbon that we put on. So first what we're going to do is glue our edge over like that. And then we're gonna put some glue on the wreath. And put our small inner ruffle inside. So this ruffle is 1.5 inches wide. So we went 4-inch, 2.5 inch to 1.5 inches. Now, like I said, a lot of people use the exact same ribbon for all 2 or 3 layers, and that looks beautiful too. Maybe we'll show you what that looks like in another video. For this one, we're gonna add all sorts of texture and layers happening. We just put our last little corner on. We're gonna cut our end, dab our fray check, put a glue so we can wrap that over. Put my down right there. And then you just go through and do whatever kind of ruffles you want to do. Oh my goodness, so super cute. Now we're gonna add the little bit of decor and we're gonna put our little gnome friend on there. So you kind of decide how you want him. He could go kind of arc around the wreath. He could sit here kind of in the wreath. I think I like him kind of sitting on top of it like that, so he stands out a little better. And I really like that our gnomes have the cute little thing. I want him to have kind of a corkscrew hat going. And I am going to glue him on so he's kind of sitting like that. A little dab of glue on that side and on his cute long beard. And I'm gonna make him sandwich the wreath like that. Whew. And then afterwards we can kind of move him a little better. Hold him up, so cute. Kind of cute. You know what else we can do too, if we decide that we want something a little more, is you could add a bow really easy with the same ribbons. Maybe we should put a bow right here. Let me show you a quick how-to. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bow right here, really easy. I'm gonna use our 4-inch wide ribbon. It's about 1.1 yards. I find the halfway point, and then I'm gonna make it like into a cause ribbon. Let's move our wreath out of the way so you can see a little better what I'm doing. Like a little cause ribbon like that. About halfway through. And then all I'm gonna do is pinch the middle. Bring my wreath back, make sure that's about the size I like. Love it. And then our bow wire that we have, you just loop it in half like that. I love our bow wire, makes everything easy. Pull it nice and tight. And then you just tie a couple knots in it and then cut off your wire. Now, some people just leave it like that and you can fluff it, but I like to add a little center to cover up the wire. So I'm going to use the ribbon that we used in our middle layer, about 6 to 9 inches. And for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the wire out. I don't want the wire in this, because what I really like for centers is a cute little knot. So I just take my ribbon and I just actually tie it in a knot. Like that. We have the fray check, the bow wire, everything on our website, so it makes it really nice and easy. See how cute the knot is to cover up the bow wire? Then all I do is gonna come on this side, trim off the excess ribbon. Glue it down, and then I'm gonna take this side, cut off the long part. And I'm just gonna glue that down so it looks nice and finished. Now I love V-cut tails, so I'm gonna put them together. And I'm gonna cut a little V. Actually, I think this ribbon's too wide for that, so I'll do them separate. Always go down and away from where you folded it so you get a V and not an arrow. this tail's a little longer, so we'll just trim it up a little more. Doesn't have to be exact. And then definitely fray check the ends of my bow so it always looks like a cute, freshly made cut ribbon. Something cute like that. And then like this. Get both layers. Okay, then I'm going to counter where the gnome is. I'm going to put it over here and have the cute little gnome on that side. And it could be cute even without a little figure. You could just put a bow on it. Bows, as we all know, make everything better. Of course they do. We love bows. They make everything better. So cute. All right, so we're going to put some glue.
Okay. I should next time stick it in 3.
Go like this. Stick some ribbon on it. Some glue on it. And I'm just going to glue it straight onto my wreath. And you are done making a ruffled ribbon wreath. It is super, super cute. Wreath, you did a great job. If you have any questions, you can come to our online shop, www.designerdiy.shop. You can email us, comment on here, let us know what you think. If you like it, we'd love to see your pictures. What do you think, Sarabelle? Did you like it?
Oh, can I hang this in my room?
You want this one in your room?
Yeah,
next to your unicorn wreath?
I want to take this in my room. Next year, let's make a unicorn one.
You got it. It's so cute. Thank you so much. Subscribe to our channel for more videos. Thank you.